Right, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is BSBia. Today, I'm gonna go straight into it. As you've seen the title of the video, in this episode, I'll just be discussing how to stay safe in crypto. In this world where crypto is becoming something that's very popular, and there's a lot of new people coming in and out of crypto. And I was once one of those people, so I wanted to create this video just to show you guys some of the traps that new people fall into when they get into crypto. Often I hear this story. I'm trying to speak to someone about crypto. They always speak about that one coin they invested in, and after 2 days, not even 2 days, after a day, they've lost all their money. And that experience normally drives people out into crypto altogether. So in this episode, I'll be explaining exactly some of the traps and the booby traps out there in the crypto world waiting for you. So let's get into it. Some of the most common scams in crypto, I'll break them down into three of the most common scams that you as a beginner will probably fall victim to if you're not careful. So first of all, the first common scam which is there in the crypto world, which is probably the most prevalent in the world, something that I almost became a victim to, is a phishing scam. So what a phishing scam is essentially a link, something or button to click on, which is posing as a different source. They're essentially trying to get your information. So for example, if you get an email from an email address which looks like Binance, and they're saying please click on this link to recover or to claim your newfound millions, and you click on that link and you end up on a site which looks exactly like Binance, but if you look at maybe the URL, slight differences. Very neat trick, but it's one of those things that if you aren't aware, you can easily fall victim to. So essentially what will happen is that that site will want your information, maybe your email address and your password. And what that does is allows them to enter or take that information and then use it on the real site and then essentially drain all your funds. Always be careful on what links you click on. Always go on the official site. Always double check that the URL is exactly the URL which you're looking to go into. And I think this goes without saying, don't click on links which you don't know where it's going. You know, if it always seems too good to be true, it probably is. If if the email address says you've won millions, you haven't. Just don't do it. Trust me. I almost got excited one time, but just don't do it. Another common scam in crypto is a Ponzi scheme. This is where returns are paid to early investors using capital from essentially new investors, people like you and me. These schemes promise high returns with little risk, which is always a red flag. And then I think the third one, which is very much related to the second one, is rug pulls, where this is something which the more you get into crypto, the more you'll see this happen. And it happens every single day. Hundreds of thousands of projects every single day are rugging. This is essentially where a developer creates a new token, hypes it up, and then disappears with the investor's money. This is something that's just common, and you'll see it throughout. If you go on X Screener, this is 99% of all those new projects or coins are essentially or eventually going to be rug pulls. And this one is very much prevalent, especially in the decentralized world of crypto. When you start getting into meme coins, that's where you see it more often. And a big thing about this type of scam is that a lot of the role players that are involved in this scam is people that we look up to, influencers, people that are well known on Twitter. Those people are also very much complicit in rug pulls. And in the beginning of my crypto journey, a thing that I used to do is I used to go on YouTube, search top 10 meme coins, and then hundreds of videos would pop up. I'd take out a spreadsheet or a list. I'd open the video, write down every single coin that they spoke about, and then invested in them. And over time, you start to find out that not all the influencers and the people that are speaking about different coins are speaking about those coins because they actually are good investments, but they are speaking about those coins because they are invested in those coins. So they're just trying to get their money out. So speaking to the new crypto investors, just understanding how the game works will allow you to navigate the crypto game easier. So a big game or big part of crypto is that influencers get given coins or shares in a project early on. So for them to increase the value of that project or increase the value of their portion in that project, they have to hype it up. They have to speak about in ways which is attractive to the layman. They have to go on all their social media and just pump it up, because as soon as it gets to a certain sort of time period, maybe it's locked for a certain time period, or as soon as it gets up to a certain point, and then sell everything. And that is a rug pull. So I wanted to give you guys an example of how you should go about all the things that you should just look out for. And one thing that you should always do is have receipts, right? And this is something I always do now. Certain influencers I don't even look at anymore because I have receipts. I looked at what they said 3 months ago. I looked at what's happening today, and I reference back to that to see if the coins they were speaking about all those months ago are where they are today. So for example, I'll just speak about this influencer because one of my favorite influencers, and they were speaking about a coin which I'm heavily invested in and the coin which I back. And that's why I'm going to just look at this video and share with you guys on how things work in crypto. So just looking at this video here by Fire Hustle, which she created or posted this video on a month ago. Yeah, a month ago. So this video is labeled Top 5 Meme Coins for June 2024. Millionaires will be made. So looking at this title, immediately excited. So let's see what coin she speaks about. First coin that she speaks about is 100 coin, and this is the coin which I've always spoken about. If you want more information about this coin, head over to my previous videos. I've spoken a lot about this coin. But if you look at the timing in which she spoke about this coin a month ago and looking at it now, today, let's see what would have happened to your money if you invested in 100 when she dropped this video compared to today. So looking at what's been happening with 100, let me search on X Screener. So I've spoken about a lot about 100 and how they've migrated to AVAX from BNB. So if you invested in 100 a month ago, so today is the 16th, so 16 June. Let's go to 16 June. 16 June. You would have been up by 12%, which is good. You know, it's not something that you'd expect in your traditional forms of investment options, especially not in a month, you know. And then another coin which she spoke about was, I'm just going to look here in the description just to be quicker with this explanation or getting my point across. The next one she spoke about was Young Peasy. So I'm assuming this has to do with something related to Pepe. So looking at that coin on the Dex screen and looking what it's done over the same period, or when she spoke about it, if you invested, what it would have looked like today. So a month ago, the 16th of July, or 16th of June rather, you would have been down by 55% if you invested when she posted that video. The third coin she spoke about was the Jensen. I'm not sure where people get these coin names, but yeah, it's called the Jensen on base. So looking at that coin again, same type of logic, looking at it over the last month. If you invested a month ago, what would you have today? So looking at that 16th of June, comparing to what you'd have today, your money would have been down by 60%. I could go on and on. Let's do the last one just to drive the point home. I'm gonna look at this coin called Drunk. Guys, a lot of the time the flags are in the name. Drunk, you can't even find Drunk. I'm sure it's rugged. And this is not even about Crypto Hustle. This is about all the influencers out there. A lot of the stuff that they speak about, you just have to do research. Make sure you've done your own research. Make sure you look at the Telegram groups. Make sure you look at the website. Look at if there's utility or not. We live in a day nowadays where there's no utility in most of the coins that you'll see. So just speaking about all those different traps that you might fall into, how to then protect yourself. Firstly, I've spoken about making sure that you're not clicking on any link that you don't know where it's coming from, making sure that you're double checking the actual URL, making sure that's the one that you actually want to go into. Secondly, making sure that you are on the correct site, you follow the correct links to the official sites of everything, and never ever share your private keys with anyone, even if they claim to be coming from the official company, the official site. Never ever share your private keys with anyone. And then when it comes to new projects, do make sure that you are checking the official project website, the white paper. Check out the team members and look at their track record. If you can do that, look at the community feedback. And I think that's one of the biggest things. Go in the Telegram group, check how the community is interacting with others, check if the developers are active there, and if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Use the official channels just to verify any suspicious communication, and always trust your instinct. One time I was in a project, or I was just in the Telegram group of a certain project, and throughout me just observing, I wasn't an investor, I was just observing the Telegram group of this certain project. My gut feeling was that there's something wrong with this project, something is not right. But the project, while I was observing what was happening in the group chat, kept on going up and up and up. And every single day I was like, okay, let me just invest a bit. But something was just like, there's something not right here. Eventually it rugged, and my gut instinct saved me from potentially being victim of a rug pull. So that's it for today. Short and sweet, but some of the traps which as a new person you may fall victim to: rug pulls, Ponzi schemes, and just suspicious links. Do not do that. Do your own research and make sure that you keep your money safe. And that's one of the things which I speak about in terms of 100. If your wallet's recently been compromised and you've recently also topped up 100 protects you from any scammers trying to drain all your 100 from your account, which is something which is revolutionary. It's trying to protect people like you and me, people who are relatively new into the space. And that's it for today. Hopefully this is valuable to you guys. Hopefully you aren't a victim to any of these things. Until next time, my good friends, I'm backing every single one of you, and the next video will be soon. See you next time.